What's going on, guys? So, yeah, I know you saw that. So, let me get this straight. So, Steph Curry is a I think four-time champion. Obviously the greatest shooter who ever lived. Been to the White House multiple times. Probably one of the most famous athletes in the world. Multi-millionaire, on his way to being a billionaire. And not to add, a lot of women think he's attractive. And even that couldn't stop him from his wife disrespecting him on national TV. So obviously, right off the bat, I can clearly say that this was obviously disrespect. There's no way. I don't care what's going on in your marriage. And I'm not saying Steph is perfect. I don't know him personally, but there's no way that you should disrespect someone like that on national TV because no one deserves that. You clearly see that she tries to take off her wedding ring. Well, she jokingly tried to take off her wedding ring when another man approached the stage on that reality TV show. Now, some people might say, "Oh, well, what's the big deal?" She was joking primarily, suck ass, guys, or maybe girls who want to, lie and say that's probably not a big deal. But guys, it is a big deal. That was blatant disrespect. There's no way around it. There's no way you joke about something like that on national TV. That's number one. Number two, most likely Ayesha Curry probably did that for attention. Just so she could steal the show away from Steph, because Steph Curry has been getting attention through the entire marriage. Reason being is because that, the way I see it, Ayesha Curry is a little bit of jealous of Steph Curry. Because years down the line, like years ago through a history, she always talks about, not getting enough attention and not getting DMs from the guys, not getting enough DMs from attractive guys. She's basically saying that she doesn't get enough DMs from the men out there as opposed to Steph. Translation, what she's saying is that the guys that she wants, that she finds attractive, they don't want her ass. That's what she's basically saying. So when I see stuff like this, it kind of lets me know that she's a little bit of jealous of Steph. Because Steph Curry is one of the best basketball players to ever live, one of the best athletes in the world. Everywhere he goes, he's a recognizable face. And Ayesha Curry doesn't get that same amount of attention and respect as Steph does. Well, guess what? She's never going to get it because you can't compete with a man's success, especially when he's that successful. Now, if Ayesha Curry was a hip-hop mogul or maybe she was a famous athlete in her own right, then fine. Maybe she could compete with Steph's success. But being that that's not the case and being that she's not on Steph's level when it comes to success, she will never be able to compete with Steph. It's impossible. It's not even close to being a fair fight. And she knows that, and that's why it bothers her. That's why she does stupid stuff like this to reach for attention. And for you guys out there who are thinking about getting married or you guys want a relationship long term, you can't accept any type of disrespect from your girlfriend, especially like that. Public disrespect is a no-go. Public disrespect, anytime your girlfriend or your wife publicly disrespects you, it's time to leave. Now, in Steph's situation, obviously he probably has kids with her, and marriage laws and stuff like that, and divorce laws. So it might be a little bit difficult for him to leave. But I think this marriage is headed for a divorce. That's just the way I see it, because I don't see how you could come back from something like that. And on top of that, you can't really help someone who is jealous of you. This is something that even I had learned in my life early. There's no way you could help someone that is that envious and jealous of you, because deep down inside, they think that they should be where you're at. Well, unfortunately for Ayesha, if she was that talented and that gifted, she would be on Steph's level when it comes to fame and status. But she's not. She's not for a reason, because guess what? When Steph Curry was in the gym practicing his 100 three-point shots so he could become the greatest shooter who ever lived, Ayesha wasn't there. She wasn't there. That's the thing. She didn't put the hours in the gym like Steph did. So she doesn't deserve to be where Steph is at. You get out what you put in. So the thing is that Steph was the one who put in the work, and he's the one who was the most talented, and that's why he deserves to be where he's at. He busted his ass to get all those championships and all those accolades and all those statistics in history. And that's what bothers her day in and day out. And you got to understand, Steph, being that he's something that every woman would want to have. And Ayesha is still not satisfied. That's the scary thing about it. So it just goes to show you that for the most part, you can't really satisfy women today. That's what it's telling me. There's no way that, you basically have something that every woman would want to have. You have somebody that guys would love to have a conversation with just for 10 minutes, and you find ways to publicly embarrass him. And it's not the only time this happened. Like I said before, man, she's been going on talk shows talking about how she doesn't get enough attention. She doesn't feel like, appreciated enough. She doesn't get enough DMs. She doesn't feel like she's enough. Like, she's basically just throwing shade at Steph every chance she gets. Basically saying that I'm not being pleased. But if we're just being honest, Ayesha Curry's not even all that. Like, she should be lucky to even have a guy like Steph in her life. So I'm telling you, man. I mean, I don't know what Steph's gonna do, but whatever his decision, that's his decision. But for you guys who saw that clip and who are watching this video right now, guys, do not accept disrespect, especially public disrespect. It's gonna get worse from there. And I promise you, man, I'm pretty sure if I had to take a good guess that Steph's probably been allowing the disrespect in sake of keeping the marriage together, because obviously he probably doesn't want a divorce. Nobody ever does want a divorce, but there's just no way you come back from your girlfriend or your wife allegedly about to pull her ring off the finger off a national TV platform. I don't understand how you can deal with that. There's just no coming back from that, and it's obviously a reach. It's a desperate reach for attention, and also too, it does show a lot of insecurities on Ayesha's part. It does show a lot of insecurities. Anytime when you're that desperate to try to get attention, or to try to constantly compete against your partner, there's something wrong with you inside, and that can go both ways. Anytime when you're in a relationship with a wife or girlfriend, it should be you and her against the world. You shouldn't be having to go to war dealing with people outside every day, and then on top of that, you got to deal with competing with your wife competing against you. You shouldn't have to deal with that whatsoever. So, this goes to show you is that don't worry about satisfying these chicks. Focus on your bag. Hit the gym, get your money up, and do everything you can to make yourself a better person. But you're never gonna be able to satisfy her. If Steph Curry, the 4-time world champion, the greatest shooter, can't satisfy his wife, what makes you think you're 100% safe? Yo, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. And the main thing is, don't ever get into a relationship, friendship, partnership with someone who is jealous of you. I'm telling you, man, you're wasting your time. People are naturally envious anyway. They are. But, what happens is that some people will take that envy and compete harder to make themselves become a better version of themselves, and some people become haters. And unfortunately, people who are very jealous and very envious, they never reach their full potential. That's the thing. If Ayesha Curry was that talented or that gifted to become a big time public figure, whether it's her own cooking show, being an actress, YouTuber, whatever, then it would have shown. The work that she put in would shown. But she's just not that talented. It's okay. Just be Steph Curry's wife. But she's struggling to do that. Just out of jealousy and out of the fact that she doesn't really appreciate him like that, because for some strange reason, she thinks that she's better than him. So never get with a woman who is that jealous of you and she's always trying to compete against you. That's it. I'm out.